It's happening right underneath our noses, and we don't even see it. What I'm talking about is the news is all over this thing about this TikTok ban. And anytime the news is broadcasting something and focusing on it, it raises instant red flags, because it's not about what the news is showing us. It's about what the news is not showing us. It's about what they're not telling us. How many times, you guys, did you hear about the protests going on in France and Germany with the farmers protesting their government because of the taxes over there? It's never been broadcast on the news, but the farmers are just furious. Why is the news not talking about that? Why was the news not talking about the truckers' convoys? Why does the news selectively pick certain things and force feed it down our throats while not talking about other things? Here's my 2 cents on this whole TikTok ban. I believe that they're trying to focus and concentrate on banning TikTok, and they're laying the scenario out that they're banning TikTok because of infiltration and worry about China using it as a spy technique. And that could be. I'm not saying it's not. And if you guys think it is, I want to hear from you guys. But what I firmly believe is the government can't control and manipulate what goes on with TikTok. They've done it with YouTube. They've done it with Instagram. They've done it with Facebook. And if you don't think they've done it, just look back a few years. Anytime one of us content creators tried to bring up COVID, we couldn't even say the word. There was a while there, if we said that word, our videos would be sandbox. Sandbox means downplayed. Sandbox means hidden. Sandbox means YouTube, Instagram, Facebook would restrict every message that was on there. Does that not raise a red flag? But on TikTok, the government doesn't have the same kind of control, the same kind of leverage. And if you don't think that the government has come in and leveraged these things, there's a podcast on Joe Rogan where they talk about when Elon Musk bought Twitter, they went through and started to analyze everything that was going on, all of the email correspondence, and you can actually see day by day there were selective agents picked for every day to analyze all of the thousands of emails, and you could see where they were coming in, the government was coming in and regulating the messaging that we got to hear. Now, let me ask you something here, another question. If you guys really think that they're trying to ban TikTok, and I got no problem with banning TikTok. I don't really care if they do or not. But if they're really trying to ban TikTok because they're worried about the information that China could receive, why would they allow a weather balloon to fly all the way across America, gather all the information it needed, and then destroy it? Kind of makes you wonder what the real ulterior motive is. And I really firmly believe that by destroying TikTok, they take away one freedom of information that we have, one more freedom of information. Thank goodness Elon Musk bought Twitter and turned it into X, because it's one of the last few platforms that we have where we can speak freely without worry about censorship. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, shut up. And that's exactly what they want us to do. They want us guys like me, guys like you, to stop talking. They want us to comply. And I don't believe that this government was built on the word compliance. I believe this government was built on the word freedom. I believe this country is about freedom and not compliance. But that doesn't mean that the powers that be, the socialists, the communists, those things, don't want to take those things away, because people ultimately crave one thing, and that's power. Power over other people. And when you can take the power away from the people, you've now manipulated and controlled the messaging. And the way they do that is with the food supply. They do that with your communications. They do that with your medicine. They control those factions, and when you can control those factions, you control the people. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump in here because I do need to make a little bit of a correction to what I just said. I believe that the mass of people crave security. That's why most people are satisfied working a 9 to 5 job. They know exactly how many hours they're gonna work. They know exactly what they're going to be compensated for that work, and they're perfectly fine with that. It makes them happy. It gives them a warm, fuzzy feeling down in their gut. Now, an entrepreneur, on the other hand, doesn't need those things. An entrepreneur is wired completely different. An entrepreneur loves the thrill of a greater risk. The greater the risk, the greater the reward. They're risk takers. They're willing, they're driven, they're motivated, they're ambition. There's no limits to what they can do. So they're driven and wired completely different than what the majority of America is wired like. So when you see people that are complying, it's because they don't want the risk, they don't want the threat. They want to roll over and be safe and secure, knowing that everything is going to be good in their world, and they firmly want to believe that that is going to be done by Uncle Sam, where there's a bunch of us that can see through the veil. They've pierced that veil, and they're wired different. They're just wired different. Now let's get back into what we were talking about. You know, I really don't believe that the government cares if it destroys people's jobs and livelihood. Now, a lot of people, you guys, some of you guys will think, oh, no, the government's here to help us. The government's here to protect us. The government has a few jobs: to provide infrastructure, to provide national security, but it's not here to employ you. And I firmly believe that the government doesn't care if it destroys jobs or not. Let's just take the first day that this new administration came into office. They shut down building the border wall. And the day that they shut that down, I think it was around 80,000 people lost their jobs. Now, when you take away TikTok, not only are you taking away our ability to communicate freely without censorship, but TikTok also employs 300,000 people stateside. That's a lot of people that are going to lose their job if they decide to ban TikTok. And I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist with you guys. You guys can look up a lot of this information on your own and decide whether what I'm saying is right, wrong, or in between. This is not me teaching you. This is me bringing what I'm seeing to the world, and what I'm seeing right now, I've never seen before in the history of our planet. So my question to you is, Bear, come here. Bear, what are you doing? What are you doing why did you have my sock? So my question to you is, the reason they're actually trying to take away TikTok, is that because they're worried about security threats by China? And if so, why did they allow, and it wasn't just one balloon that flew over. There was multiple balloons. We just didn't get to hear about the rest of them that flew over. If that's a viable concern, why did they allow that balloon to fly all the way over before they destroyed it? Is it about taking away our freedom to communicate, our freedom to have another platform where we can express our ideas and opinions without the control of, because they've got Facebook under their thumb, they've got Instagram under their thumb, they've got this platform under their thumb, and in fact, they were paying content creators like me. They didn't pay me because there's no way I would have done this, to make pro-COVID jab videos, pro-COVID shot videos. They would, if a content creator agreed, this is a fact, if a content creator agreed to make a video talking about getting the vaccine and the benefits of getting that vaccine, YouTube would actually push up their video. And I know this 100% for a fact because I know one of the content creators that they worked with that did it, and he expressed exactly what happened as soon as he made that pro-COVID video shot, that pro-COVID shot video. It went viral. It just started to boom. And he started to lose subscribers. We are the silent majority, you guys. We got to stop being silent, stop being complacent. And I'm going to see a lot of hate on this video. But I'm going to see a lot of love from you guys as well. And you know, the fact is there's so many people that want to roll over and take whatever the government gives them because that's the way they were raised. They were raised to believe, and that is because we're indoctrinated right from the get-go by the school system. The schools are government sponsored. Our taxes pay for our school systems. That's why I'm a firm believer in homeschooling. I'm a firm believer in private schools. I'm a firm believer in anything that gets kids from being indoctrinated by the system that's trying to control and manipulate the messaging so they can control and manipulate the people. What do you guys think? Is this about protecting our people by banning TikTok, or is this about controlling our people by controlling the information that they get to see, hear, and understand? You tell me. That's it for this one. Next up, tool video, equipment video, something like that. God bless. Go get them.